Hey guys, today I'll be showing you my Fluffal deck for you for April of 2020. Yes, if you've heard, there is going to be new support for Fluffals. Two new monsters, a spell, and a tracker. And the monsters will be an effect monster and a fusion monster, which is pretty good, and it's really good support. I actually read it. It's really nice. This deck, I've been trying to make a deck for so long, but I just never got the chance. I had this deck twice in hand, sold it twice, and I don't know. I just know I went back and forth with this deck so many times. I love it. Sometimes I hated it. Sometimes I love it. I hate it. I love it. Hate it. It's it's still a great one of those great fusion decks like Invoke, Shadows, Luna Knights. It's on the tops. So yeah. Obviously, we're in Master Rule Reprovision, so we are using a lot of fusion summoning methods. And yeah, so let's get into the promo, shall we? So first off, we're running 3 copies of Nibiru. The reason why I play Nibiru is that right now, because we're in Master Rule 5, if my opponent goes first, there's going to be a lot of heavy combo-based decks, and this will be the card to just break everything. Just break everything. Do apologize for that burp. Just break everything. 3 dogs. If this card's normal or special summon, you can add 1 Engine Saber or a Fluffal monster from your deck to your hand, which is really nice. I love this guy. I love this guy so much. I used to have all this foiled, I remember. 2 penguins. Really good monster. During your main phase, you can special summon 1 Fluffal monster from your hand to the field. If this card was fusion summon for a Fryfer monster as a material, you can draw 2, then discard 1 of those cards to the graveyard, which is really nice because you can activating you can send a Fluffal or an Edgem, and you have more materials more in the graveyard, so you can banish them. 3 chains. Another great card. When this card declares an attack, you can add 1 Edgem chain to the deck to the hand, which obviously we're not using that. If this card is sent to the hand from the hand or the field to the graveyard, you can add a Fryfer card from your deck to your hand, which is really nice because you can find any of your Fryfer cards really easy and really nice. Kinda like that card. Obviously, link summoning or anything like that to trigger the effects, fusion summoning, but obviously you can't send it to the graveyard because that does not activate. From deck to graveyard does not activate. It has to be from field or hand, which is really nice. And it's level 4 if you want to do any. If you see these guys, they're all level 4, so you can splash in some rank 4s you want to, so you can combine them with Xyz and fusion and link monsters, whatever you like, depending on how you want to build this. 3 bears. Another great card. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, so you can set a toy bin directly from your deck to your graveyard. Deck from your deck to the field set. Obviously, you can activate the toy vendor when it's set. You can tribute this card, then target 1 polymerization in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Obviously, you're not using that. You're going to be sending it, so you can set your toy vendor. That's how your plays work. The 1 Edgem Saber. This is kind of odd for me because I always play this at 3 or 2 when I started, but now I'm playing this at 1 because I know that he can come back because I can just put 1 card from my hand to the top of the deck and comes back. Obviously, Call by the Grave is in the effect. I might bump this to 2 or just leave it at 1 depending on how I am playing this deck. It's your choice if you want to play this at 2 or 1. For now, I'm playing this at 1. If I want to change this to 2, I will change it to 2. Next up, 2 owls. I might cut owl to 1. Depending on this, I might actually add something else like Octopus or the 2nd Edgem Saber. So Fluffal Owl does is when this card is normal special, you can add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. You can pay 500 life points to fusion summon 1 Fryfer fusion monster from your extra using materials from your hand or field as materials, which is really nice. Then we got the 1 cat. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a fusion material, you can try 1 polymerization from your graveyard to your hand, which is really nice. Then we got the 3 wings, Fluffal wings. If this card's in the graveyard, you control and toy vendors in the field. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Fluffal monster in your graveyard. Banish it. If you do, you draw a card. Then you can send 1 toy vendor you control to the graveyard. If you do, draw another card. So it's really nice because you can basically do a draw 2 from just 1 card, and plus, actually, it's a draw 2. Then as a searcher with toy bender overall, which is really nice. I remember how to do. I remember so many times, like Toy Vendor, Fluffal Wing, activate Fluffal Wing, just banish him, and Bear, because Bear is like the only card you banish overall, because Bear doesn't do that much when you discard him. So you do that so you can pop your Toy Bender, activate the effective Toy Bender, and do some draw power, which is really nice. Then for the spells, we're running one instant fusion because we are running a few level 5 monsters. It's a great target and it's a great fusion summon material. Plus, it is a good link material. Sad that it's at 1. If this was at 2, yeah, it'd be good because I can just summon more what I want to do. Then for the other ones, we play 2 Fright for Fusion. I used to run this at 3, but 2 is great because you're running a lot of polymerization, super polymerization, stuff like that. Fusion, a lot of fusion stuff you can do with this deck. Fusion summon 1 Fright for Fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing the materials listed on the from your field or graveyard. You can only special summon. You can only activate this card once per turn. Sorry, I don't know what's going on to me. I think it's what I ate. 3 polymerization standard. 3 patchworks, great card. I'm happy that I used to have these at Ultra when the Files of Legends. It's a great card. Add 1 edged monster, could be Saber or Chain, whichever, and then you can add 1 polymerization. This is basically a 2. This card is a plus 2, which is really nice. Which is really nice. I like this card a lot. Next up, we have 2 Foolish Burials because you can send Toy Vendor immediately from the deck to the graveyard and activate Toy Vendor's effect, which is really nice. I actually use this a lot. Multiple times when I used to play Fluffals. Then we got the Master Rule Reprovision because we are in Master Rule 5. Obviously, that's the thing that when you're saying, oh, why is it 41 cards? Well, this is the thing that I've explained so many times, but there's still people that do not understand why is it 41 and there's no mode. Well, they have to still implement this. Then we got 2 Twin Twisters. To destroy back row, it's simple as that. Just destroy back row. Just destroy back row. Then the other cards we're playing are 3 super polymerizations. Obviously, we're running a lot of dark monsters, and there's a lot of dark monsters on the field. Overall, yeah. Pretty much, it's a good card. You can basically go to any of you can discard and just go into your Fright for monsters, really easy and much powerful that is, and then activate those effects in its turn, which is nice. Then we got the main card, 3 Toy Benders. Once per turn, you can discard one card, then draw a card, and you show it. If it's a Fluffal monster, you can special summon from your hand. Otherwise, discard the card you drew. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Edgem Saber or a Fluffal monster. It doesn't say that you can still add it to your hand. You can still add it to your hand if you want to. It says it's an if. You can you can summon it, or you don't want to summon it. That's how it tells you. Which is really okay because many times you're going to be sending it to the graveyard or just, activating so you can discard cards you don't want. Now for the extra deck. Now for the Link Monster, we're running 1 Predator Planet. Do apologize. What's going on with me? 1 Predator Planet Inverted Anaconda. This is a really great card for any dark fusion decks or any fusion deck in particular, like Shadal's or anything like that, because it does act like any additional polymerization. It requires 2 effect monsters. You can turn 1 face-up monster on the field. It becomes a dark monster until the end of this turn. You can pay 1,000. You can play 2,000 life points, send 1 fusion or polymerization, normal or quick play spell card from your deck to the graveyard. This effect becomes that spell effect when this card is activated. Also, you cannot special summon monster for the rest of this turn. You can only use it. Each effect of Predator Planet Inverted Anaconda once per turn. So basically, this is an endgame card, obviously. So when you establish a board, you activate Anaconda's effect, so you can pay 2,000, so you can throw out, I don't know, Fright for Fusion, Polymerization, Super Polymerization, because it has Polymerization in its name, and it is a fusion card, overall, because it says you can fusion summon. Overall, it just says that right there. It even says quick play spell, bro. And you can activate those effects, really simple and playful. Obviously, you cannot actually do this, just, pass your turn, you can act and think that this is super poly. No, you have to use that super poly in the same turn. But yeah. I don't know, I never did this, but I have to check this. 1 cross sheet because we are fusion summoning a lot, and this enables us to bring out any of our level 4 or lower monsters from the graveyard to the field, so we can use them as materials as much as we want. Which is really nice. The 1 union character, I actually have not cut this card out of my field. Just have it there because it's just that good. It requires 2 monsters with the same types or attributes. Cannot be used as link material this turn. This card was link summon. You can target one face-off monster you control. Equip 1 monster from your hand or deck with its same original type or attribute. The equipped monster gains 1,000 attack. The equipped monster from the deck cannot be special summon from monster with the equipped cards. The name for the rest of this turn. Obviously, you can't special summon that monster that you equipped for that turn. So you can normal summon them, but you cannot special summon them, which is okay. Then for our instant fusion turn, we got the 1,000 Eyes Restrict, which is alright. Pretty good, easy target, and you can use this as fusion material because it's a dark monster. Then we got the Fight for Sheep. He's a level 5, really good card. I always use this as material or just a monster that just put in the field. If it gets destroyed, it can come back, which is really nice. Which are amazing. 2 tigers because of its effect. If this card's fusion summon, target up to the field up to the fusion materials you use to make tiger, and that's the amount of cards you can destroy on the field, even including yours if you want to. The 1 wolf, to just basically just make him attack so many times. You send so many fusion materials, and this card can just attack as many times as it wants. 2 krakens because it's kraken, one of the best ones. I love this card. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard. This card cannot attack directly. The turn this card activates effect. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Once per turn, at the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, you can change it into defense position. Very simple. Then we got 2 Saber-tooth tigers. Sorry, Saber-tooth. I'm thinking of Power Rangers. What am I thinking about Power Rangers at this moment? It requires 1 Fright for Fusion monster, 1 Fluffal, or an engine monster. Basically 3 materials. When this card's fusion summon, you can target 1 Fright for monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. All Fright for monsters you control gain 400 attacks. If this card was fusion summoned with using 3 fusion materials, it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effect, which is really nice. And also, Tiger does the same. This card gains 300 of attack for each Fluffal monster or Fright for monster you control, including himself, which is really nice. Then we got the 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, so we can do Super Poly Target or regular Fusion Summon because we are controlling a lot of dark monsters. Then we got Fight for Daredevil. This is a really good card, and I like it a lot. This card says, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. If this card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field by an opponent's card effect while its owner's control, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each Fight for monster in your graveyard, which is really nice because you can do a ton of burn like crazy. Then we got the Paraplant Trifolian Tome. I don't know how to pronounce this. The 3-headed Paraplant Dragon. I'm sorry that I'm butchering the name, but I'm sorry, okay? It requires 3 dark monsters on the field, gains attack equal to the total of the original attack of the other monsters on the field with Paraplant counters. You can only use these following effects, Paraplant, whatever his name, I forget his name, Trifolian, I'm trying, once per turn. When your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck while you control this fusion summon monster, quick effect, you can negate the summon if you do destroy that monster, which is really good. The other one is if your opponent controls a monster with a Paraplant counter, you can special summon this card from your graveyard in defense position, which is alright. Obviously, we're going to be using the first effect. Now for the side deck, obviously side decks are always optionable. You choose whatever you want in your side deck. So I played the 3rd copy of Twin Twister, triple Cobalt Grave, 2 Dark Ruler no more because there's a lot of monsters and effects. Fight for Reborn, I actually wanted to main this, but I didn't see it that much. So I side deck it. So what it does is that you can target 1 Fight for monster in your graveyard, special summon it during your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish it. Then target 1 banished Fluffal or Fight for from the banish and add it back to and return it back to the graveyard, which is really nice. The 3rd Fight for Fusion, I might take this out for something else. The Mud Dragon, so we can use this for instant fusion target or super poly target, depending on that. Triple Crow, because it's a really good card overall. And 2 Phantasme. I decided just Phantasme because there's still link monsters that we're being using. Obviously, these 3 link monsters that you see here, a lot of people are going to be using them, and Phantasme is just a good card just to pop him in the field for easy, and it's a dark, so you can use him as a fusion material. But yeah. So guys, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Right now, I do not have any replays of the deck because I'm making this really fast because I have things to do as well. I am doing other videos. So for you guys to have constant updates of videos, next might be I'm trying to ask a friend of mine to do me an Eldritch deck so I can show it to you guys. What else? I'm just trying to also waiting for YGOPRO to update so we can get the new Dark Lord support. Right now, I do have. You can see all the decks we have here. Right now, you can see the Eldritch deck is right here, but we are not. We're not done. We're not done. Like literally, we're not done. We're literally at scratch nothing. But right now, we have the Dark Lord deck profile here, but we are waiting for the update to come in YGOPRO so we can get the new support cards. This is right now what I'm running in real life as well. I have this in real life, so it means that this is what I have. This is also do apologize. This is what I have right now. This is not a dark profile, but you know, this is what I have. But right now. We are still waiting for that. Overall, it's just you saw a little preview of what it is. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, comment, like, subscribe, share. If you didn't like my video, there's the window, there's the door, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, take care of your families and wash your hands.